So you've heard the 9. Now you're going to hear mine. So I'm a Samaritan on the border of Galilee and Samaria. Now listen, I'm a Samaritan on the border of Galilee and Samaria. I'm mixed with 9 Jews, 1 Samaritan. So I'm the outcast of the outcast. The Jews don't want me. The Samaritans have all left me to die. And I was diagnosed with this when I was 12. See, a lot of people got leprosy because of their sin. I was born with this. This was a generational curse that was upon me, which was leprosy. So the 9 said, well, I was ungrateful, I was bitter, I was this and I was that. They were only connected to me because we all had leprosy. Have you ever been in a situation so bad that you have friends that don't want to be your friends? Have you ever been in a place that was so low that you would connect to people who you knew despised you? You would connect to people that had nothing to do with you but dog you out. You heard how they talked about me. Even after they got rid of their leprosy, I was still a Samaritan. But I want to declare something for you today. I'm a Christian because I have seen the Christ. Now, when people get delivered from leprosy, certain things happen. First, the condition on the outside skin begins to change. But they get the feeling back in their extremities. See, it's a numbness that comes with leprosy. See, I saw my father's hand get eaten by a rat and he didn't even notice because he couldn't feel anything. But the difference between me and the Jews was because they had a numbness in their skin and in their heart. There was a deadness in their skin and in their heart. So when Jesus came, we were waiting all day. We didn't even let him get into the city. We took him to a space. As soon as he walked in, we said, Master, Master, save me, unclean. But guess what? We said, have mercy. We didn't ask for healing. Why didn't we ask for healing? Because we was willing to take whatever he was willing to give. If it was money, we was going to take it. If it was food, we were going to take it. Whatever you had, we was going to get it. It wasn't anything special. We didn't make up a new craft for Jesus. See, I told you my Bible only has 5 books. 5 books. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. There is no prophet in the Samaritan Bible after Moses. So you're telling me about Jesus, who's healing the sick, feeding the hungry, laying hands on people and they're being healed, and the Jews tell me he's a prophet. Matter of fact, Shari was one of the Pharisees, so she knows. They've been talking about them the whole time. When Jesus got there, it wasn't because he was so different. We knew that if this man had an entourage, if he had 12 people with him, then he's got to at least have some money. Got to at least have some bread. But what does he do to us? He says, go show yourself to the priest. How many times have you been expecting to get something right then and somebody tell you to do something else? So we begin to walk. One Samaritan, 9 Jews. So we're walking. I'm the last one because they didn't want me to walk in front of them because they didn't want to see themselves following a Samaritan. So let me back up. So we've got 9 in front of me, bitter, ungrateful, etc., etc., etc. So I'm walking behind each one of these Jewish people who have just been talked to by a Jewish prophet, but they didn't have enough faith to believe what he was saying because I'm the only one. Look it up. I'm the only one that saw myself being healed as I was beginning to walk. Because even though they waited for a priest to certify them, the last time I was at a church, they cast me down, cast me out of society. They pushed me away. The last time I saw a priest, he was saying, get out of my face, for you are unclean. Do you understand that? Now you're going to send me back. See, I'm a stranger. Jesus calls me a stranger. Guess what? They had signs in the synagogue that said strangers couldn't enter the inner court, the holy of the holy. So even if I went and saw the priest, he would have to come outside and talk to me, Elder Grayson. He would have to come outside and talk to me. All the rest of the Jewish people would be able to come in. especially now that they're clean. They'll be able to take their rightful spot, their rightful place. But guess what I realized? I realized that there was a higher priest. That I didn't need a certificate of man, but I needed a certificate of Jesus. And that's what made me go back, is the fact that I was grateful because I had found a priest that agreed with me. See, what the Bible declares is that Jesus saw them. And this was the first time in my life that I can remember somebody actually seeing me. Actually seeing me. You got to understand, even though I'm far off Brian Lewis, he saw me. And that's why I'm grateful. So you got to understand, it's when I went back and worshiped him, and it's something in that worship that made me whole. See, that wholeness is not just talking about a healing on the inside, a healing on the outside. He healed the generations to come because I was passing on that leprosy. But once he healed me, he said, my faith has made me whole. That wholeness is not just for me, it's for the generations of past. And that time, hold on, don't stop. Sit on down. I only got 2 minutes. I want to stay in order. Can't move it up there. Can't move. Out of a gratefulness will break those things that are on you that you can't get rid of any other way. Because God can heal your body, He can cure the diabetes, He can cure everything that you have. But unless you deal with the conditions that's yet to come, the only way you can deal with the conditions that are yet to come is through your worship. Because unless you can open up your mouth and say, God, I cry out and I recognize that you are the priest, He can never heal those next generations. See, my thankfulness is not for me. My thankfulness is for all the Samaritans that come behind me that can now see Jesus. So when I worship God, I don't worship Him for myself. I worship Him for my youth.